So we are kicking off with some Jeskai, Stoneblade, pretty typical good legacy stuff deck. I'm actually a pretty big fan of the Stoneblade archetype in general compared to the Delver strategies, but you get a little bit less free wins with this archetype that you do with like Delver. This deck has a little bit more conservative mana base, so no wastelands, all colored sources. What's going on, Mage Cub? Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting 2019. This is also our first stream with the Tempo Storm branding and logos and all that jazz up on screen. Just renewing my emote leads. What's going on, Toast Recon? Thanks for the second month. Welcome back. Yeah, as far as like, and I'm sure I'm gonna repeat this a whole bunch tonight, but like, hey, Genuine Walrus, thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. As far as like what the whole Tempo Storm thing means for like my actual content here, not a whole lot's gonna change in terms of the content. In fact, preparing for the Tempo Storm thing being announced is why I kicked back up to doing 5 days a week. What's going on, Dark Magi? Thanks for that 17-month resub. Welcome back. Have a good day, Damebot. Yeah, I believe the code is just Tempo. There should be a link. There's a panel under the stream. I should learn the discount. I think that's the only one we have a direct discount code for. Tempo Jeff or Tempo Hoogs. We don't have to rebrand our social media stuff like that, so that's good for me at least. Yeah, code Tempo gets you 10% off of Tempo Storm merchandise on their official site. I'm gonna refit this this little square for their stuff on the left side of the screen here, so it fits into the click OK box nicely. So let's get this sized up so it works. Let's get this all figured out. Look at that. Moto doesn't really use the vertical space anyways, so that should be fine. Let's do it. It does fit nicely with my favorite archetype of Magic. I do have a chair coming actually from Racer, they said. This hand is also kind of mediocre, just like double snap Jace doesn't do anything, but I think I'm supposed to keep this at 6 in the dark. It is the big announcement day, so you'll notice we've got the scroller on the left side. So myself, Caleb Durward, and MTG Nerd Girl have signed on contracts with the esports organization Tempo Storm for 2019. So we've picked up some extra sponsors that way, which is sweet. It'll also give me some extra resources as a streamer to be able to get stuff done, which is great. It's only fitting that you're on Tempo Storm. They're my favorite team for HOTS and WoW, and they've picked up what I represent here. Thanks for the biddies. I should probably make the command Tempo Storm work as well. Does that make Raynad my boss? Technically, I'm an independent contractor for them. Yeah, I'm in for a ponder here. We're on the draw, so the ponder will help us find what we're looking for. They mulled to 4. I wonder if that means they're a Chalice of the Void deck. The basic mountain makes me think they're a Chalice of the Void deck. I kind of want to fetch a basic island here, assuming they're a Chalice of the Void Blood Moon deck. Yeah, they're gonna be sending me all sorts of stuff. I believe Stream Decker should now be updated. Did I typo that command? I definitely typoed that command. Any chance of co-op streams with the other two on the stream? Maybe. Anything's possible. I actually know Durat a little bit. We interacted a few times because he was wrapping up playing on the STG tour as I was starting. I'm gonna shuffle that there. Both probably not great in this matchup. I also don't have a red source. I guess there was a Scalding Tarn with it. Here's for the Sultai mid-range deck I submitted yesterday. Thank you, Togobogle, for the biddies. I appreciate it. Are we sponsored by Red Bull? Red Bull and DX Racer and a couple others are the variety of sponsors that we picked up through Tempo Storm, which is exciting. So they stuck an Ensnaring Bridge. This deck have main deck. I think I have one main deck Council's Judgment that can get through it. I guess I also went through it with Jace the Mind Sculptor technically, huh? Let's play another island out for now. Yeah, so the Tempo Storm contract picks up a range of sponsors that are vetted through the organization. A lot of them are going to be bigger names, things like DX Racer, Nvidia. Chandra. So, oh, you know what? Maybe I should, yeah, I should brainstorm in response to that. I've got a couple of Spell Pierces here. I also have Force of Will I could hit. Yeah, I think I was supposed to brainstorm in response to that. I'm gonna snap Ponder at this point. Looking for Council's Judgment. Actually, you know what? I probably should have fetched a basic plains there. Yeah, I probably could have Ponder, or, oh, Council's Judgment's a good draw. I probably could have, what's it called, into the Brainstorm to that Force of Will to stop the Chandra. I'm actually not a huge fan of this chair that I have. We could get punished here for not having fetched the basic planes. Although even if I had one basic planes, I wouldn't be able to cast the Council Judgment anyways. Maybe I should have kept the Force, I guess. Yeah, this is a good example of just like all of our decisions snowballing, right? Like if I'd have forced the Chandra, they never would have been in a position to draw the Blood Moon, etc., etc. So like opponent just mulliganed to 4 and destroyed us. I need to dress like Ricky Bobby. Need mono logos, please and thank you. I don't really have good tools for this matchup, huh? I've got a Disenchant and Engineered Explosives, and then just like a whole lot of nothing. Flusterstorm's not particularly good here. Yeah, trim the plows probably fine. Yeah, if I'd have brainstormed into the Force, we probably would have been able to beat their 4-card hand that game. Is Meddling Mage good enough? They have like 6 different things that I care about the issues. So like, what am I Meddling Maging? I guess maybe Mage is like better than a Swords to Plowshares. I don't know. Having some amounts of removal to kill their Rebel Masters is pretty relevant. Yeah, you can find all the deck lists in the deck list queue. ! deck queue. Congrats on the Tempo Storm sponsorship. What's going on, Marie? Thanks for the 3-month resub. I appreciate the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Yeah, a lot of the Magic Online only artwork is quite fantastic. It's a shame that it only comes like online and in this really low resolution form, because a lot of it's really, really good. Yeah, Tempo Storm announced today that they are Oh, this is gonna have to resize every time, isn't it? That's awkward. Oh, Magic Online. Tempo Storm is breaking into Magic Gathering, and they picked up, they signed myself, Caleb Durward, and TG Nerd Girl as the start of their Magic team / streamers. This hand doesn't really do anything, right? I guess it technically plays a Stoneforge Mystic. I don't know, just like Ponder could not find a land and we could just die. Hoaglandia showed up at SCG Columbus. That's great, Hurly Burly. Thanks for the biddies. I think I'm gonna keep this. You think it's a keep on the Ponder? Thanks. Have fun at the event this weekend. What is Tempo Storm? Tempo Storm is an esports organization that sponsors streamers and players for a variety of different games. They do Hearthstone, they do Smash. There's a whole bunch of different teams that they have listed on their website. I'm going to be playing in lots of arena tournaments, be more of a content creator for them. Well, my contract is primarily for streaming, and we don't really know, we can't really do more than that because, like, we don't know what the details on arena from terms of events are, right? Like, they haven't really announced any details yet. Correct, Jackal Girl. Basically, Tempo Storm just gives me additional resources and additional sponsors through that extra scroller that you see on the screen now. I have the freedom to continue doing basically what I'm doing, but I'm just representing their brand in addition to my own and their sponsors. Yep. This Engineer Explosive is about to be really, really good. I even get to, do I blow this up right away, or do I hold up the Counterspell this turn? I kind of feel like I want to hold up the Counterspell this turn, huh? I think I'm just gonna pass. When do we get a Hoogle Tempo emote for the channel? You know, they actually gave me the assets for that. I'm not sure if I want to replace any of the ones that we have, though. Hey, the Weeb Army, thank you for the 9-month resub. I really appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I appreciate the tier 3 resub at that. Twitch baby with the new sponsorship, indubitably. I got some other exciting news too that you might know if you're in the subs Discord, but starting on Monday, for every Monday in January, I'm going to be on the front page of Twitch for an hour every Monday morning. I think it's from 10 to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I gotta double check the exact time. It's either 9 to 10 or 10 to 11. That'll be starting this Monday. I've got to admit, you're the king of shilling. Thanks, random guy. I try to represent my brands well. A pile of blood moons. What an appropriate username to show up at this current point in time. Thanks, Marty. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'm thinking chat hopefully won't be too bad, especially with our copious amounts of mod and follower mode. What benefits come with the Tempo Storm sponsorships? They give me access to like different specialists that can like help me with video editing stuff if I ever want to do that, art assets, things of that nature. They also comes along with dollary dues for, you know, promoting their brands and sponsors like that. So we've got awesome large brands like Red Bull and Nvidia and things of that nature. What an incredibly interesting game of Magic the Gathering. So they brought in their Scab Clan Berserkers, which makes me think I want my Last Swords to Plowshares in my deck. What do I want to trim here? Is cutting... Is cutting a cantrip insane just because they're going to chalice me? I think I'm going to cut a cantrip on the draw. Does this mean you're going to be using all NVIDIA products and drinking nothing but Red Bull on stream? No, I'm slowly drinking plenty of water on stream. And I do only use NVIDIA cards. NVIDIA cards, I can actually talk up the crap out of NVIDIA cards. NVIDIA has had the best Linux support for their GPUs for a really long time. Their closed source drivers provide top-notch performance. Basically, the last time I had a non-NVIDIA graphics card in my gaming system was probably 11 years ago. I had an ATI. Those cards were poop. And you remember ATI? AMD bought ATI, right? And they're still poop. NVIDIA's great. Polar Scribe, thank you for the 14-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Will I be changing my schedule slightly so that's Arena? Yes. So if you look at my schedule on my website, I actually already updated it. So every Monday this month is going to be all Arena. It's not going to be Magic Online into Arena, because if I did that, I would be doing Magic Online while I'm on the front page. I definitely want to make sure I'm doing Arena while I'm on the front page of Twitch. So tonight's stream is going to be one Legacy League followed by some Arena, but I'm going to do another short stream tomorrow that's going to be all Magic Online to make up for some of the missed Moto time this week. Do they mandate the speed it has to rotate at? I'm asking because it'd be nice that timing lined up. Yeah, they handle that, Gwolgar. So the speed rotation, I could change mine to match what theirs is doing, but I do have to, theirs is at a set thing. So I'm going to go ahead and fetch a basic island here with the Scalding Tarn. And the reason why I want to prioritize fetching a basic rather than playing the basic island out of my hand is this guarantees me a second basic island should I get Blood Moon next turn. It's also possible that I should just, like, not... It's also possible I should just, like, play Flooded Strand and pass here and just, like, fetch a basic Plains. Because if I were to fetch a basic Plains, I wouldn't have to force a Blood Moon. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a Modern Legacy stream. Yep, Strand, not Ponder is probably the line there. We didn't get punished for it, but I think my play was incorrect. Hey, again with MRC, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub there. I appreciate that. Welcome. Do I get Sword of Fire and Ice? Do I get Batterskull here? I think I want the Sword of Fire and Ice. Just like get a steady stream of cards. Do I know what time tomorrow? I don't exactly. Probably early morning, mid-afternoon. Probably about my normal time. Probably about 10 or 11. I'm just going to overlap the Grand Prix and the SCG. This is a pretty easy force. Good clean 2 for 2. True-Name is a good rip. So do I think I just stick True-Name here and then attack for 1. And then if they don't kill my Stoneforge, I can put in and equip the Sword of Fire and Ice next turn. Yeah, they Spirit Guided out Tundra there. We're hoping to dodge Bridge at this point. Rabble Master, sure, that one don't matter. Yeah, the Snowlands are cosmetic. What am I doing streaming Moto on the same day as an SCG and a GP? So it actually makes sense to stream Magic Online on the day. So like, I know you as a random plebeian in Twitch chat think you know more than me about everything because that's how Twitch chat works. You meet doctors and lawyers and experts on every subject. But it actually makes a lot of sense for me to stream Magic Online while other events are going on, because regardless of what I stream, my viewer numbers are going to be lower because there's major magic events going on. So streaming the thing that generally has lower viewer numbers, my numbers are going to be low guaranteed. Makes a lot of sense. So I am going to do some Arena after this tonight. But I expect even I expect even when we do Arena, the numbers won't quite be as absurd as they are during the week. Spell Pierce kind of has diminishing returns at this point, right? I'm just going to any order this. I'm looking for Counterspell or Force of Will at this point. Another Swords to Plowshares. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and attack with both of these to start. So we're going. Yeah, some people tune in during the downtime, but a lot of people just don't. Like, I've been doing this a while, and I've streamed on event weekends before, and it's consistently much lower. Tempo decks are my favorite, to be fair. All right, so I don't have another blue card here. I think I'm just passing at this point. Do I snap Ponder? Nah, I'm a liar. I'm going to snap Ponder. Long-time lurker, congrats to joining the Tempo Storm team. Sunkhan, thanks for the congrats. Hope you're having a good weekend. Welcome. All right, well, there's a Force, but I don't have a blue card currently, unfortunately. One more land, and you could flashback Force. No, it's 2 more lands, right? Oh, you mean like 1 more land played? All right, so we ended up winning that 2-1. I think I punted the first game, though. I think there's a good chance we could have won that 3-0, basically, if I'd have played correctly. It was so great, Fixed. I had someone respond to my Splinter Twin post with, like, oh, I didn't realize you could Spellskite Splinter Twin, and I was just like, oh, so you're sitting here saying Splinter Twin's too good, and you've literally never played against it? I agree. Paper, even before Arena, I agree that paper Magic content is just very, very difficult to follow. And Arena makes it just even easier to follow compared to what Magic Online's doing, especially with the interactive overlay, but I think in my opinion it's just like night and day. This hand's a keep. JAC is 4-3, I'm 5-1, having a blast. Round 7 opponents dropped. Well, good luck in your last couple, Nivek. And having fun's the most important part. You gonna play a Classic tomorrow? Or the 5K or whatever they call them? Good work on the sponsorship. Please put these towards whatever legacy deck in the queue you hate the least. Definitely Alexander. I'm gonna put that towards Dead Guy Ale. That's my old pet deck. My first legacy open top 8 was with Dead Guy Ale. And thanks for the resub in the tier 3. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. All right, Noble Hierarch. So statistically infect, although basic forest is interesting. I think regardless of what that means, this is definitely getting Umezawa's Jitte. Noble Hierarch means Umezawa's Jitte is probably good. Could be Food Chain or Infect, I believe, are the 2 options. Gonna Tron people tomorrow. God bless. Show them our Lord and Savior. Could be a band pile. Oh, could be Maverick too, right? Yeah, it actually looks like Maverick. Okay. Neat. Umezawa's Jitte is still good. Umezawa's Jitte is still good. Well, that's a fantastic draw. I have to fetch a non-basic here, but I get to bolt this Knight of the Royal Courier, which is great. Bezos said I could only sub to someone who's Spartan thin, so here you go, I guess. What's going on? Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Ooh, if I get the Volcanic Island, I can't cast the Judgment, but I think that's fine for now. I think I want to do this and drop the Jitte into play. What's Maverick? Maverick is a green-white creature deck. It plays Green Sun Zenith, Godok Teague, Knight of the Reliquary, Thalia. Maverick has the name Maverick because it comes from a time when we didn't name things in a way that makes sense. Maybe I should have forced this. It's like Hate Bears if Hate Bears was good. It's like Hate Bears if Hate Bears is good is the best way I can describe it. I think I'm in for these, right? I think I'm like down to jam a Jace the Mind Sculptor next turn. Oh, you know what? That was a mistake. So I should have put Ponder on top of my deck so I could force pitch Ponder, because I'd like to keep the Snapcaster Mage. Welcome to Umezawa's Jitte. Interesting and stimulating gameplay 101. Rename all the legacy decks. Work with KMC inners. They should. A lot of the inner sleeves have pretty standard sizes. Wow! Wow! Knight of Autumn. All right. Let's force the crap out of that one. Stop it. Stop it. That's kind of hot. So punished for my missequence on my Ponder, because I could be up a Snapcaster Mage and down a Ponder here, which would be ideal. Would you look at that? I got the old True-Name Nemesis. Put these two back. Put the fetch line into play. Oh, I should have kept the Flooded Strand, right? So I could fetch a basic planes. Little things that are gonna catch me. Confectious Selzy, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. You know, I probably should have pumped this with this. Just get a little aggressive. Your streak is broken. They should fix that soon. At some point this month, they should be changing it so it's not streak-based, but just the number of months you've been subbed. What does the boss think about the Tempo Storm deal? She asked for the dollars to effort ratio, and she was pleased with it. She doesn't usually have too many opinions, as long as it just like doesn't hurt what I'm doing. She trusts me to understand what I'm doing with this. Maybe you've never heard it said that way, but let's be honest. That's how things work for a lot of people, right? The dollars to effort ratio. Maybe you've never heard it vocalized in that way, but that's how a lot of us value things, right? What's going on, Sassy Dog? Good evening. The 6 lands here is great. I get to just like extinguish all hopes and dreams for my opponent here. Just like get rid of your one source of card advantage. Play the cards you can never beat. Go. Play the other cards you can never beat, because this Umezawa Jitte is like already giving you the business. Congrats on the Tempo Storm gig. I'm happy for you. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks for the 4 months there, Girl Me Harder. Welcome back. All right, spin this wheel. Oh, you know what? Was I supposed to unsummon this? You know, I was probably supposed to unsummon this, but then I thankfully drew the Snapcaster Mage. Then I drew the Snapcaster Mage. The Snapcaster Mage is lethal, actually, right? This is hit them for 5 and then snap bolt them. Sha. All right. I mean, they could have plowed their Knight of the Reliquary in response to my thing there. Like, that's a thing that could have happened. It didn't, and I'm happy that it didn't, but that's technically a thing that could have happened. Pocket Bolt. This is a Blood Moon matchup. How do we feel about Blood Moon? Usually they have some artifacts and enchantments, so Disenchant's probably not terrible here. We can always brainstorm it away if we draw it and it's bad, right? Probably don't mind trimming some of my forces. I don't think this is a Blood Moon matchup. Yeah, they have dorks and like they're probably only green-white. So like, here's the thing that I think a lot of people don't don't consider about cards like Umezawa Jitte in Modern. I agree that from a pure power level perspective, that Jitte is probably fine in Modern, but I think from a quality of gameplay perspective, Jitte is rancid. Like, Jitte just generates bad games of Magic. Is Tempo Storm another sponsorship, or what does it mean in relation to team events? For the time being, it is basically just a sponsorship, or like a group of sponsorships. It's an affiliation. So I pick up a group of sponsorships with them. I gain access to new resources, people that can, like, you know, as events start popping up for Magic Arena that might be exclusive or invite only, that kind of thing. If I do decide to become competitive, they can provide resources to connect with other people that want to do competitive stuff potentially, but we don't actually know all the details on like what competitive with Arena is going to consist of. This hand's really good. For sure. Will you wear a Tempo Storm logo golf shirt? I don't think their merch is golf shirt based. I should find out if they have polos. I would love polos. I should ask. I need to go through their merch site. I think these cards are great. I think Swords of Plowshares is just like one of our better cards in this matchup for sure. And I think I probably don't want an extra Brainstorm here, especially if they're gonna like Thalia me next turn. So I'm gonna keep the Flooded Strand and the Swords of Plowshares, and then we're gonna crack one of these fetches and shuffle away the other. That doesn't surprise me, Ozar. Polos are like an old man thing, right? Kids these days don't appreciate polos. We are real esports now. It feels so weird to not say that sarcastically. I feel like we've spent like so many years just like being conditioned by Magic Arena, where it's just like, or by Magic Online, not Magic Arena, where it just like mockingly like said, haha, we're an esport. It's just like, now it's just like, oh, this is like actually real. I think I just pass here. I think I'm just gonna pass here. I think I'm going to, if they don't play something else that I want to plow, I'll plow the Stoneforge Mystic at their end of turn, which will encourage them to put the swords to Fire and Ice into play, and then I can untap and disenchant it. Sure. Thanks, Frozen. This deck feels like Jund, but it's fun to watch. Lol. So, after I plow this Stoneforge and they put the sword into play, I actually might not disenchant this right away. It's more resource efficient to play the Staticaster next turn, so I might just play the Staticaster and kill this Noble.
Hi, Internet.
Hi, wife.
I said hi to the Internet, not hi to you.
Why are you so mean to me? So I do have to like make a decision here. So I could fetch a basic mountain to play around Blood Moon, or Wasteland, not Blood Moon, sorry. Obviously basic mountain doesn't play around Blood Moon. I could Brainstorm plus Disenchant. Brainstorm plus Disenchant actually kind of sounds appealing, because I'd like to set up my land drop for next turn, right? That's probably the better line. Perfect. Let's throw these back. Let's put these two back. So I'm gonna shuffle whatever I get rid of. And then I'm not gonna disenchant the Sword of Fire and Ice just yet, because if my opponent equips the Sword of Fire and Ice and goes to attack, I basically make them waste 2 mana. Tireless Tracker. Vomit. What format am I playing? Oh, they don't have a fetch land. That's really good for me. Is this modern? Grab my mountain, disenchant this. I guess I don't have double white here, which is kind of awkward. So I guess I just do this plus plow this. They're down to 3 cards. Tireless does work well with Knight. It's true. Get rid of this. They got 3 cards in hand. They've got 1 on the board. My hand's pretty good. If I hit the second white source especially, we'll be in a good spot. All right. Survey says, is Wear Tear strictly better than Disenchant? Wear can't destroy enchantments through a Blood Moon, so it's not strictly better. Things are rarely strictly better or worse than Magic. Put this back, pass. Little awkward that we didn't hit a 5th land there, but not the end of the world by any means. They're gonna get to crack this clue. I know they have a Batterskull in hand. Yeah, having to fetch red to kill an artifact against opposing Wasteland decks also is awkward. Oblivion Ring? Huh. I think I forced this, right? There are some people that like subscribe to the school of thought that you're like supposed to cut all of your forces in matchups like this, and I really just don't think that's true. I think while cutting some of them is important, because obviously they're card disadvantage, I think having a small amount of that style of card in your deck is important, because these games often come down to like resolving or keeping a really powerful card off the table. Yeah, I think like I agree with that. I think choose like the sweet spot. Like generating tempo is really important, and that's what Force of Will does, right? Like it generates tempo at the cost of cards. It really is DC Sports. It's really exciting. I don't know. So, like, my opponent has a Batterskull they're putting into play here, so I'd kind of like to just put True-Name into play. I think I want to just, like, go put this back, cast True-Name here. What Planeswalker is that? That is Jace the Mind Sculptor, who's actually legal in Modern. This is actually Legacy. If you mean you're new to non-standard formats, this is actually a format called Legacy, which is one of Magic's older non-rotating formats. So as far as my stream here, Tempo Storm, the Tempo Storm partnership just means additional resources for what I'm doing here. So I help promote their brands, they help promote mine. Both parties win. Good setup. Plowing my thing, sure. Into a Knight, sure. Oh, Mother of Runes. It's like, why are they plowing me? I should have pinged their germ, sure. Does Tempo Storm care that you're not exclusively an arena streamer? They do not. I will be their logos will be up regardless of what I'm streaming. I think I just plow the Knight here. I mean, Caleb does a lot of I think Caleb arguably does more Magic Online than I do. Like I do a lot of arena at this point with my schedule. Alright, so this is going to get awkward with the Mother of Runes, although the Sword of Fire and Ice probably makes it not too bad for us. So I think the plan here is put Sword, put Stoneforge back, and then I'm going to cast Stoneforge to finally shuffle this Brainstorm. And then I can cast Brainstorm and hit either White Source plus Plow or Lightning Bolt to kill this Mother of Runes. So we'll grab that Sword of Fire and Ice back. Actually, I can just get Umezawa's Jitte, right? Yeah, we'll just get Umezawa's Jitte. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? We'll just get Umezawa's Jitte. Well, that's fantastic. I think I just put these two back for now. It's like hide those. Hold this force. I'm not going to shuffle next turn because I like all of my cards. And, like, they can't really do anything about this force, so, you know, welcome to Thunderdome. You have to, like, slide the Jitte onto the True-Name Nemesis next turn and just, like, take them to Ruffsville. Oh, they're gonna pressure my Jace here. This is smart. Wait, what? Did they misclick? That was they clicked on the wrong color and then conceded in response. Congrats on the sponsorship. Maybe they'll buy you a better looking spread card at Redbeard. I mean, like, to be fair, I've known that this Tempo Storm thing's been coming up for probably close to a month now, and that's part of the reason I've repositioned my schedule during the week to maximize the arena time a little bit. Yeah, I think so, Rogue. I think we're ahead regardless of what happens there. I appreciate it, Larry. This is a pretty easy mulligan, right? Just like can't fetch a basic island, just has swords as interaction, no force, no nothing like that. This hand's like not super exciting, but it's fine. If they're playing something, if my opponent's playing a deck where Swords to Plowshares has a text box, this hand's very good. Can you put this on the Shadow Thing deck? Definitely, Tino. Thanks for the biddies. And we talked about this in, you know, Modern, even Standard, where, like, you know, kind of wrong half problem. Like, are the cards in this hand I kept going to line up well into what my opponent's playing? Could be a mirror, could be miracles. Hopefully it's something fair. I'm just going to go ahead and ram the Stoneforge Mystic into play. If it resolves, I think I'm going to go ahead and get Sword of Fire and Ice here. That's true. In Legacy, you do have Brainstorm to, like, help with the wrong half problem a little bit, if you find it. There's a deck list on your screen. Alternatively, you can type !deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list as well. Is my Stoneforge getting plowed, or do you have a true name? Monastery Mentor, okay. Really wanted to draw a white source there, so that way I could plow this plus activate Stoneforge, but definitely need to take the Monastery Mentor off the table here. And if they have a force, I can counterspell them. You get to hold up Counterspell here, which is great. Love my opponent's choice of basics. It's a really beautiful Invasion Island. What would be the cost to get it played on your streamer day, assuming no insane cards? I'm just going to play whatever's at the top of my queue, Larry. So, the answer to your question is, like, it depends on, like, what decks are in my queue. So like I have a couple of people that have put decks in already. So they're gonna sit there and build up points. But I plan to just play the queue from top to bottom on the streamer day, just like every other day. And so the day's no different for me, right? Like they're giving us all loaded accounts, but like I have a loaded account anyways, effectively. Interesting that they like had the force that whole time and just didn't fight over anything else. Hey, Samian, thanks for the 7-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. 2019 is exciting. I honestly thought it was going to be tough to top 2018, and then Arena started taking off, so it's kind of wild to see where this could go. Magic's a real esport, chat. We come into the future. Alright, so this has been downgraded to Lotus Petal. Hey, Willem, thanks for the 13-month resub there. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here. The announcement is related to that scroller on the left side of my screen here. Myself, Caleb Durward, and MTG Nerd Girl have signed on with Tempo Storm, the sports organization, for 2019. They're branching out into Magic the Gathering. I think this is fine. Do they really just have, like, Stone Cold Nothing? What is in their hand? Well, I will be wearing their brands and logos if I do play in any tournaments, whether they're paper or digital. My primary signing with them, and I think all of us actually, is based on streaming stuff, which is good because I don't really win tournaments. That's true. They could be miracles. I could force this one, but I probably shouldn't. Force. That is a legal target for Force of Will. It is not a target that's going to make you happy. I think I'd rather stick to True-Name than the Jace the Mind Sculptor here, honestly. I do quarterfinal with the best of them. I actually would really love to compete in arena-only tournaments. Digital-only tournaments are fantastic. Digital tournaments eliminate almost all of the things that I hate about paper Magic tournaments while keeping the ability to play a competitive game. So WotC just hasn't fleshed out any of the details of like what all that's going to encompass. All right, are we done here? Yeah, I hadn't, so Raynad is the CEO/owner of Tempo Storm, and I hadn't watched him stream too much before, but I was watching him last night, and the way he handles himself is just like, I can relate a little bit. Just like takes very little BS from people. You have a healthy amount of no nonsense here. So this is very easy. Pyroblast and Red Elemental Blasts. Our Lightning Bolts are great. I think I'm supposed to cut some number of my Swords to Plowshares here, but obviously not all of them because they do have Monastery Mentor in their deck. I think I'm supposed to go down to like 4 of this effect. Just like 4 ways to kill their Mentor seems reasonable, because like I get to force their Mentors too. I'm going to keep 2 of these in. Does that mean the end of silly costumes at SCG Tour events? I mean, I really wasn't planning on playing any more SCG Tour events anyways. How do we feel about this? It's definitely not a Blood Moon matchup. I don't think this is a Flusterstorm matchup. I think I'd rather have Spell Pierce because they have Jace the Mind Sculptor and they have Back to Basics, which is occasionally annoying. Like, obviously my deck's built to play Blood Moon, so I can play around Back to Basics, but it's not necessarily always free. I think I want Jitte Rogue just because, like, it's a fine card that, like, is proactive, that can also answer Monastery Mentor and clean up tokens. Like, I think I'd rather have Jitte than Staticaster, for instance. Yeah, I think 2 bolts, 2 plows is is very, very close to. Raynad's probably not that much of a different age than I am, if I had to venture a guess. I don't know how old he is, but like, for instance, I'm only gonna be 28. Which, speaking of, my first front page stream will be on my birthday on Monday, so that's exciting. Yeah, it seems fine. Very, very reasonable. I might go to, like, SCG Indie. Although, I'm not going to SCG Indie this time, because playing Standard on release weekend just costs way too much money. Like, in addition to the amount of money I have to lose not streaming for the weekend, I have to, like buying Chase cards release weekend for Standard tournaments is, like, hundreds of dollars a lot of the time. It's just, like, super miserable. So either, like, play a deck you're not happy with, or pay through the nose to play a deck you are happy with. Wonder if SCG has plans doing digital tournaments. I have to imagine SCG's never going to embrace digital tournaments because, like, they make their money, like, selling paper Magic cards, right? I think I just pass here. I think I want to play True-Name with Pyroblast up on 4. Did we already play Mardu Control? I did not. Oh, well, actually, the Mardu Control is a run back, technically. So, like, we've played it before, but, like, the current list that's in the queue, we've not played yet. Although I don't plan on playing that today necessarily. I honestly expect Magic Fest / the big I expect all big Wizards of the Coast tournaments will eventually gradually move to Arena once they get that down and start doing that successfully. When will the Standard stream start? We will be playing Standard. This is match 3, right? So I'll probably be playing Standard somewhere in a half hour to 45 minutes from now. What's going on, Brian? I've been truly wonderful. We actually had a big announcement today for me personally. So I've signed on with the esports organization Tempo Storm for 2019, which is exciting. Set up Terminus. Rude. All right, I think I'm pitching Spell Pierce to this force. Am I pitching Spell Pierce to this force, or am I just letting this trade happen? Do I just let this happen? I think I just let this happen. No, I don't think non-rotating formats will ever come to Magic Arena. I personally would be very surprised, at least, if they did. I think the amount of effort it would take for them to introduce those in proportion to the amount of return that they will generate is probably not great. Yeah, there's going to be a new non-rotating format for Magic starting in the fall when the next rotation happens. Yeah, sorry, existing non-rotating format should be that asterisk. Sure, Magic Fest could still encompass largely paper Gabriel paints, but the main event, for instance, at a Magic Fest could be digital for the purposes of leveraging coverage. If that makes sense. This one we're gonna fight over. We've got 2 counterspells here to fight. Predict themselves. How do you feel about spell piercing this? No, you can't do a different format for feature matches versus the rest of the tournament. That disrupts the competitive integrity of the tournament. Yeah, the Magic players who are taking issue with Raynad at this point are just, like, extremely petty in my opinion. Just, like, anybody who's, like, you know, 25 plus can probably look back at themselves when they were, like, you know, 20 and, like, oh, I did some stupid things. I'm a different person now than when I was then. It's like people grow and change. Like, if we judged everyone in the world on, like, who they were 5 years ago or a decade ago, like, nothing would ever change or happen for us. We might get blown out here. We might be getting Flusterstormed. Don't make me remember my youth, right? Woof. Alright, well, I've got Pyroblast and Swords to Plowshares versus their 1 card in hand, so, like, we're technically ahead on resources here, but I could have been more ahead, potentially. If I would have not pierced the Predict. The Predict was going to draw them 2, though, so I don't know. Also a good reason to not get a tattoo, right? If you do get a tattoo, make sure it's something neutral. You know, it's funny. I often think, like, you know, if I ever go... People, basically every rancid thing I've ever done as a human being has been, like, archived on the internet, basically in the age of social media and, like, doing magic stuff and things like that. So, like, at the end of the day, like, if it comes down and, like, the damning things people have to say about me is that, like, Hogland was salty at a magic tournament one time, or, like, he got pissed off and, like, swore at this guy on Reddit, it's just like, well, I'm probably in the upper tier of people who are reasonable in the world if, like, those are the terrible things you have to say about me. Those are, at my worst, these are the things we have to point to. We're probably okay. I'll bear those crosses. What's going on, Mello? All right, and now we play the waiting game. I think I'm actually okay with them taking a card out of my hand here, so I'm gonna let this resolve and just plow it. I assume they're gonna take my Reb here. That's one of these things that's not like the others. Could you imagine how miserable their life must be, punt count, if, like, that's something they have to hold on to? It's gotta be real bad, right? Like, if that's their claim to fame. Jeff Hoagland salted off on me on Magic Online one time and let his clock run out. Like, it's gotta be, I hope their life gets better. My hand's actually really good. I'm just gonna, like, hang tight for now. What's going on in the blur? So fun fact. So, like, I played a bunch of Kiki Chord. So, like, people just assume that, like, because I played Kiki Chord, that must mean that I played a bunch of Kiki Pod and, like, Birthing Pod. I actually never registered Birthing Pod when it was legal in Modern, which is one of my regrets. I really wish I had. That card's really sweet. That person who mentioned that I timed out because they wouldn't scoop me into the top 8 of a Modern challenge, yes, I definitely salted off and did that. They could have. I had a real long bad day and was super tilted. They were my second. Not to excuse what I did, it was bad, but to explain it, like, my first loss in that tournament was, like, to a Moto bug, and then, like, they could have scooped me into the top 8 and didn't, which was their right. They had nobody at any point is obligated to scoop a match of Magic, but I was real tilted, and I salted off because of it. No, free timeouts are always here. I'm allowed to do that however I want still. I think this is worth rebbing because not only is it an answer to my thing, but it's also a threat of their own. Twin, can you fix that? There you go. We've all done that before, right? Just the old click the wrong one. What is the Snapcaster Mage even getting? Is the Snapcaster Mage just getting Predict? I guess I can get Brainstorm. I think I just hold this Counterspell up. Yeah, like, at the end of the day, there are certain people that just, like, that are gonna dislike me forever, and that's okay. I mean, like, you look at, the thing that really made me give up on people that are, like, salty on the internet is I was reading a Reddit thread one time, which very little good comes from reading Reddit threads, and someone was complaining about Day 9. And, like, if you're not familiar, Day 9 is, like, the Mr. Rogers of gaming content. He's just, like, super positive and upbeat and makes really great content consistently for a variety of games. I was just like, man, if these people can find something negative to say about Day 9, who's just, like, constantly upbeat about everything, it's just like, there's no way I ever have a chance of anybody. These certain people, it's like, they're just not worth your time. It's like... Gotta, in the words of the greatest poet of our generation, you just gotta shake, shake, shake it off. Hey! Mr. Jensen with the raid. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hope you had a good stream. We're hanging out playing a little bit of Legacy here, and then we're gonna be shifting into some Standard on Arena. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good weekend. Starting late tonight. So on the weekends, I often do at least one evening stream. Lets people in time zones that are off from my normal ones do well. A mod who likes Twin to send me to the corner. Alas, the Tempo Storm partnerships do not come with discount codes. I think the DX Racer might. There's definitely a DX Racer code. Can Tempo finally get you in with Panera asking the real questions? I was actually really excited about the DX Racer sponsorship. They're supposed to be getting me a chair here by the end of the month. Because I actually bought like this really expensive office chair, and this expensive office chair that I have is like the first time in my adult life I'd like bought a high-end product and been really disappointed with it. It's like better than a folding chair, but it's not great. Disenchant, rude. Yikes. I think I'm just supposed to let this happen and then trade Stoneforge for the Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, everybody I talk to that as a DX says they're great. Alright, now let's brainstorm, because we've got some duds. Let's throw these lands back, crack this fetch. I have 5 cards in hand. I probably need to pick up the pace here a little bit, to quote Teferi. We're definitely down on clock here, Scotch. The turn I lost the fight over the Jace the Mind Sculptor because I spell pierced the predict might be what lost me this game. I've kind of just fallen behind from there. The quality of my draws has not been particularly high. Snapcaster. Alright, well, Snapcaster's a threat. I guess it's a snap Pyroblast. Do I want to snap... If my hand gets too full, I might snap Ponder. But for now, I think I'm going to save this to snap Pyroblast. Debate 41. It's kind of absurd how quickly my Twitch presence has grown versus my... what's it called? Versus my... YouTube. YouTube just grows so slowly. And thanks everyone for the follows. Hope you're having a great evening. Good weekend. I don't always stream on the weekends, but usually I'm on either Saturday or Sunday. I was off this week on Thursday though, so I'm going to be streaming today and tomorrow. If you enjoy Magic's older formats, I do some Modern and some Legacy of multiple days per week here. We also do a bunch of Standard on Arena as well. Kane was framed. Thank you for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for shipping that this way this month. Let's put this towards Green, Black, Elves, and Modern. I think I'm playing at the NRG series this weekend. I'd like some more Vintage Repair. Thank you, Punt Count. I'll probably get to that tomorrow then, if I recall where that's at in the queue. I'll be doing some Modern tomorrow. I don't even play Magic that much anymore, but I love watching you bring the spice. Well, thanks for the support. Who took my raisin soup? So I'm actually going to go ahead and... Do I want to? I kind of want to click them now. And the reason to click them now is if they have a Force of Will in their hand, I can spell pierce or hard cast Force. No, I actually can't. Never mind. I'm a liar. They have 7. I'm a liar. They have 7. Counterbalance. Would like to click you in response. I did a little bit of Hearthstone content for a hot second, but it both wasn't popular and I got bored with the game. My cell phone game of choice of the late is a game called Warhammer TCG that I've really been liking. It's a newer release. Woof. Well, this game's going nowhere fast. Oh. I think I just have to let this happen. We're gonna get Supreme Verdicted here. I might just be playing this game to get up on clock at this point, which is really dry. Yeah, it's really exciting. They're the first big esports team to move into Magic. Hopefully more are gonna follow. Could only be good things for the game and those of us involved in it. Moist Junk with the 12-month resub. I appreciate the entire year. Welcome back. Might see a hardcast Terminus this turn. Oh, I guess I get Council's Judgmented, huh? I think I'm kind of up a creek without a paddle, regardless of what happens here. Turn 19's pretty common in this format. Joke's on you, I voted for my germ. Well, at least I know there's a Terminus on top of their deck. They might shuffle this. Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of ones in their deck. Another counterbalance deal. Well, I mean... Okay. So do I... They have Terminus, Council Judgment as the two cards in their hand is the problem. So like, do I even play a True-Name here? I'm not sure that I'm supposed to, right? Because they just like Terminus it. I think I just keep love tapping them with the Stoneforge. Because like, if I True-Name, they Terminus and clear both of them, and then they can Council Judgment the second one. That's actually something I was thinking about. I was like, I wonder if they have win conditions left in their deck and like what those win conditions are at this point. Like they've only got 14 cards in their deck. I choose you, Pikachu. Yeah, the Twitch, what's it called? The sponsorship with Tempo Storm comes with Red Bull and Nvidia, DX Racer, a whole bunch of sweet ones. You can find them all in the panels below the stream in addition to the rotating thing on the side there. So their hand right now is Terminus, Counterbalance, then one card I don't know. None of these cards are good, so let's shuffle those. All right, I mean, it's another thing, I guess. I actually have I rebuilt my system fairly recently, so I actually have an NVIDIA 1080 GTX, and this is something I'm streaming from right now. Not that you'd know, because Moto doesn't use my graphics card. Arena leverages the graphics card, though. I just need to get the CPU lag fixed on OBS from the stupid browser pop-up. Do you have a win condition? Find out next time. There are 10 cards in my opponent's deck. What is your win condition? Hey, RJ Pro-E, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. My price for limited is generally 100 American dollars, just because it's not super popular. This is game 2 and I'm up a game. Thanks, I appreciate it, and I appreciate the sub. The biggest thing that the sponsorship brings with it, honestly, is a little bit of, you know, job security, basically. Like, one of the biggest things about working in this industry and like doing what I do is like there's a lot of uncertainty, right? Like none of this income is like guaranteed between this month and the next month. So like having a little bit more stability from bigger sponsorships like that is huge. Oh, I should fetch to put the True-Name back in. It's a good point. I don't think they currently know the top card of their deck. Or they do. They didn't reveal it. All right. Let's just keep their threats off the table. Yeah, my contract with them is for all of 2019. Wait, they're predicting themselves? Or are they? I'm about to get entreated. I think I'm about to get entreated. That makes sense, right? I'm like, what is their win condition? They must have like one entreat. Makes a lot of sense. Really? No entreat. Okay. No, this is game 2 and I'm up a game. Okay. There's Yeah, they had to be okay with my existing personal sponsorships that I had, and then any future sponsorships that I may have, they have to sign. They'll sign off on. But that's okay. It's like the set of sponsorships I get through them is much larger than any one single individual sponsorship I'm gonna pick up. I mean, Teferi technically keeps them from decking, right? Technically, Teferi means they're not going to deck out. Correct, Gabriel Paints. That's basically the TLDR of it. Do you have a counterspell? I think I get rid of the Teferi, right? Because the Jace, they have a force. Gross. So do I should bolt the Teferi, right? Because then he can't tuck himself. Oh, they just showed me Ponderer. Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I thought this, I just, Magic Online's interface is not great. I wasn't paying close enough attention to Magic Online's interface beat me. On Arena, it shows you the zone that the card's in. Yeah, I'm supposed to bolt it in response. That really sucks. Alright, I'm just gonna pass here. I'm just gonna burn their clock at this point. Not super exciting, but it's the correct play to win line. If I had a Snapcaster Mage and can get rid of their Jace at this point, we could win. So they put 2 cards in the bottom of my deck in a row, and my deck's only 18 cards, so we're definitely gonna shuffle here and shuffle 2 good cards back into my deck here. And this is like, you know, this is one of the things about Magic Online that's different than paper. Like in paper, I'd get to look and see what my opponent's been putting on the bottom of my deck, which would be really useful. All right, is there a difference between Council's Judgment and Pyroblast here? I guess I Judgment. I don't think there is. All right, so Jace is gone. So if they can answer every one of my win conditions, they can deck me by just drawing Teferi and casting Teferi every turn. So what win conditions do I have left? Apparently they don't have enough answers. What a weird game of Magic. Put some gosh darn win conditions in your deck, opponent. Put some ways to end the game in your deck, please. Holy gosh. For reference there, for people that couldn't see it because it was small, my opponent conceded because they had 0 cards in their deck. We literally ran them out of win conditions. We did cash the league, Rogue. Look at you, Rogue. See, we got to a good legacy deck here, and we're 3-0. That's exciting. We're gonna play 2 more matches, then we're gonna be pivoting to Arena for the remainder of the evening. I do plan to be on to do some Modern and Legacy on Magic Online tomorrow morning, though. Tomorrow morning and afternoon will be all Legacy and Modern. I'm gonna keep this on the draw. It needs a 3rd land or a cantrip, but it's got like Force blue card Lightning Bolt, which covers a lot of angles of attack here. Yes, Lurgoy, this one would be fine to re-add, I think. Spreadsheet Sunday. Maybe that could be a thing. Spreadsheet Sunday could be a thing. All right, so now I have to make a decision. I think I'm supposed to force this. Because, like, the Force isn't going to work because they have Cavern and Aether Vial moving forward. I, like, could wait for a Brainstorm to brainstorm the Force away, but I'm, like, pretty likely to get stuck with one in my hand. Yeah, the Tempo Storm affiliation is new. That was my announcement today. They put Cavern on Goblin. I guess I should point that out, because they could have been Death and Taxes, right? They put Cavern on Goblin. So, Bolt, Snap, Bolt, and True-Name, both looking excellent here. Goblins is a horrible matchup. Really? I guess they grind you out, huh? Does Red-White Prison Tail? I'm going to be honest and tell you that I don't know. The deck list should be linked in the deck queue, though. There's a list in the queue. I don't know what it means. All right, so Spell Pierce is pretty bad here. 3rd Snapcaster Mage at the moment, pretty mediocre. Yeah, Ringleader's pretty good. So I want to make sure I crack this fetch before I draw. Gonna grab a basic mountain. They could be terrified. They could think we're playing Sneak and Show at the moment. They're gonna be very relieved when they find out we're playing a fair deck. I think I want to play True-Name before I play Jace. Get a little defense down. Oh, I did show them Clique. That's fair. I forgot we exiled that. So how do we make sure Narset Cannon gets loaded up sometime? Details on how to add a deck to the queue can be found here. If I could type things right. All right, how many cards would you like to draw? Just 3, including another ringleader. All right, Rogue. I'm gonna not bother. Let's play the last one. So, people who have played Modern, or maybe not played a lot of Legacy, or not played against Goblins specifically in Legacy, it's a really common misconception that Goblins is an aggro deck, because people think Goblins, they think red, they think aggressive. Goblins in Legacy is actually a grindy mid-range control deck that generates card advantage through things like Ringleader and Matron for more Ringleaders and CGN Commander. And if you don't have a bunch of sweepers in your fair deck or a way to quickly clock them, you're gonna die. Thanks, the weird one. It's really exciting. 2019. I thought 2018 was an exciting year. It looks like 2019 is gonna be just as good, if not better. Christy and I are closing on our new house on Thursday, which is exciting. So no Thursday stream this week because we're closing Thursday morning. Maybe get a little bit of moving started. I think Miracles is slightly behind against Goblins, but it's not unwinnable because you have a bunch of Terminus. I do get to keep my internet. When Christy and I were picking out houses that we were going to look at for new houses, we were like, we overlaid the school districts that we wanted to be in on the map and the fiber internet locations. It's like these are the two things we want in life. Want to build a competitive modern deck so I can take it to bigger events. I'm thinking of, is it Phoenix, Boros, Burn, Storm, or Dredge? I am not convinced that the Phoenix deck has staying power and is not just a flash in the pan. So I think Burn, Dredge, and Storm are all great choices. Phoenix might be a great choice, but I'm not convinced yet. We aren't relocating geographically. We're just moving like 10 minutes up the road. Different school district, slightly newer house. Have you seen other streamers viewer to sponsor interaction? In my experience, a lot of other streamers don't really promote their sponsors. What do you think of Infected Matter? And I think it's fine. I think it's a proactive deck that ticks a lot of the boxes you want to tick. So I have to make a decision here. I could die next turn. For people not familiar, Preordain generally means an unfair deck in Legacy. I think it's correct to tap out for my Stoneforge Mystic here because I just need to get a clock into play. So like not holding Counterspell up here could mean I effectively die next turn or literally die. But I think it's worth doing this to get ahead. You're only to try a build of Amulet, Titan, and Modern with the new Simic split card. Maybe. It just finds creatures, right? Probably not, actually. There aren't that many creatures in Amulet Titan. That card's going to miss a lot of the time. How do you figure out what schools are good? Word of mouth, online reviews, public test scores, stuff like that. What services they offer if you care about that. Extracurricular activities, but can vary school to school as well. Badlands, Thoughtseize could be looking more like a fair deck. Oh yeah, could be Storm. That's true. I keep forgetting that Storm... I haven't played a ton of Legacy since Probe and Deathrite were banned, and I keep forgetting that some Storm decks added Thoughtseize when they lost Gataxian Probe to fill in those slots. So if they're... I can't imagine they're playing Storm if they're tanking on this. Because, like, if they're Storm, they just take Counterspell because it's the only card they care about. I guess they could be on Storm with a slow hand. Do I jam True-Name here? I think I jam True-Name. I think regardless of if they're fair or unfair, jamming True-Name is correct here. They could be on Storm with a slow hand. They could also be a fair Grixis deck, but they could be Storm with a slow hand. So we don't really know what they're doing just yet. Oh, Gristlepuff is Bob, isn't it? Could become kind of Reanimator Brew as well. Thanks, Sonu. It's really going to be really exciting here. This is going to be our last match of Legacy for the evening. We're in game 1 here against whatever this Grixis pile of cards is. And then we're moving on to some Standard on Magic Arena for the rest of the night. If you're into Legacy, Modern, and Magic Online in general, I'm going to be doing a Sunday spreadsheet stream tomorrow morning. I'm going to do probably 3 or 4 leagues all Magic Online. Cave Dog, thank you for the 4-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thank you for the third of the year support. I appreciate it. Thanks, Captain Jack. They could even be something really wacky here, like a show and tell with a Black Splash. What do we have lined up for tomorrow? I have no idea. You have to look at the deck queue. Someone just bumped elves, but I'm just going to play things from the top of the deck queue down. Probably 3 or 4 decks. Does the new affiliation with Tempo Storm mean any changes, any practical way it changes with streaming? It does not, Zoran. Basically just gives me access to more resources, both monetarily and otherwise. So I promote their stuff, they promote me, they pay me a bit. It's good system overall. I don't have to randomly change anything about how I do. They pick me up because they like how I do what I do. Play standard blue-eye control. I'll play whatever deck you want. Details on how to submit your deck to my stream can be found on my website here. Hey, Zerful. Thanks for the 3-month resub. I appreciate the quarter of a year. Welcome back. It could be the Arclight Buried Alive deck. That's true. Yep, yeah, Tempo Storm picked up myself, Caleb Durward, and Nerd Girl. I believe Caleb and myself were the two largest unaffiliated Magic streamers. A lot of the people that came over from other games like Savitz and Noxious, I believe they already had esports teams affiliations. You're so lucky to have Stoneforge in play on turn 2. What's going on, Nickel Bolas? Thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. My jersey gonna say Hoagland or Jeff? Probably Hoagland. Hogland? We gotta say Hogland. Just Jeff. All right, let's ponder our future here, shall we? We don't know what they're doing yet. Huh. Buried Alive Phoenix? That doesn't seem unreasonable. Are they dead next turn? They're pretty close, right? This hits for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, if the Stoneforge Mystic hits them, they die next turn. Immortal Echoes is so many months. Throw my democracy at something in standard with Bolas in it. I'm sure you have something in the queue that means definitely immortal. I appreciate the 32 months. Welcome back. I'm not sure on Nerd Girl's exact schedule. She definitely doesn't have as large of an audience as what Caleb and I have, but she's been streaming consistently for a little while, I believe. I believe she does a lot of limited. Tempo Storm was my new announcement for today. This is my first stream with all the Tempo Storm badges and their scroller on screen. Hey, Jackal Girl. Thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. Just bump Sultai Mill, I'm guessing. I'm looking at my events, though. Moment. Un moment. Let's bolt this in response. Let's nudge Mill up a bit. Sounds good. And I'm going to go ahead and activate this here, because I kind of telegraphed that I have a thing, right? By not attacking. Hey, thanks, Trudon. Am I really that predictable? You are. Come on, you knew you're that predictable, right? Hey, True-Name should put them in the ground tier, right? This card's incredibly fair and balanced. Let's just put them to 3 here. Returning to paper tournaments after years is weird. I blame MTGA and you. Captain GNU, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate you re-upping your Twitch Prime here. Welcome back. Did Arena fix importing decks in regards to having the wrong set? No, you have to have the correct set. This is match 5. We conceded to Goblins. We are 3-1 with the concession to Goblins. Staticaster seems good. If we're putting them on playing the Phoenix deck, Surgical is great here. So my opponent's deck is full of blue things, but I actually think this probably isn't a red Elemental Blast matchup. Is this a Jace the Mind Sculptor out matchup? I kind of feel like it might be a Jace out matchup. Hey, Dougal, thanks for the great content as always, and congrats on signing with Tempo Storm. Thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate you shipping your Twitch Prime buckaroos back this way. Need one more cut here. 61 cards. Vendilion Clique maybe, because it doesn't really block. It doesn't block anything profitably. Or it gets blocked by the, sorry, let's mush my words. Oh, I guess Containment Priest beats the birds, doesn't it? So it's not gonna be in existence right away at my new house, but I am super excited because the house Christy and I are signing on Thursday has an unfinished space in the basement that I'm gonna be able to finish into a pseudo-professional studio, which includes soundproofing. So not only that I can't hear them, but they can't hear me. I mean, this hand, I was just about to say that, to be Spy. This hand could be anything. I don't actually know what this hand has in it, but it could be anything. The Tempo Storm sponsor going to change your merch. Side note that the Storm ad blocks a decent bit during sideboard. You'll just have to deal with that on Magic Online. I gotta be up there. Having to change scenes mid sideboard is not gonna happen. I don't have another good place to put their box on this scene. I think I just go ahead and ponder here. I think I'm just looking for a Stoneforge Mystic at this point. Just like a way to Stoneforge or True-Name, just a way to win the game. Thanks, Stroop. I think I'm forcing a... Alright, so definitely the Phoenix Buried Alive deck. Got it. This time I didn't forget to resub. Serious Lists, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I want you to know that Batterskull is too good for Modern, but Tron creates interesting and pleasant gameplay. God bless. Hashtag stuff Modern players say. Is it safe to assume that my opponent's probably not on Wasteland? I'm gonna assume they're not playing Wasteland. Well, we're 2 for 2 on shuffling a Ponder and then drawing one of the cards that was on the Ponder, so... Oh no. Oh no, if they put 3 birds into play here, we're probably dead. Gross. The best part about getting Thoughtseize here is I just be like, yep, here's my cards. Game 3? Nah, we're still at parity here. Like a True-Name Nemesis off the top away from being in an okay spot. Pick your favorite. You know what card I wish they'd unban? Mostly because I would like to play with it in Legacy. Not because it would probably be good for the format. It'd probably be really bad for the format. But I would love to play with Oath of Druids and Survival of the Fittest in this format. I think we could probably unban those cards. Squirrel Nest too. We would probably play so much Squirrel Nest on this stream. Earthcraft, all the green enchantments. Can we just get like Oath, Survival, and Earthcraft unbanned? So Tempo Storm is a professional esports organization who I am now affiliated with. They picked up a team of Magic streamers, which includes me, MTG Nerd Girl, and Caleb Durward to start. All right, let's get Brainstorm in here. All right, I think I'm gonna put this back and this back. I think I want the option to redraw the sword next turn, though. Oh, you know, I probably should hide the true name on top of my deck because I'd like to not lose that to a discard spell. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm really surprised it took that long for Caleb to get picked up. Yeah, Caleb's numbers have been good for a long time, but Magic as a whole hasn't had good numbers until recently, right? Like if you go look at Magic's data on Twitch in like a comparison sake, like from like a historical perspective, like it's like kind of night and day, like Arena and like pre-Arena, post-Arena. What exactly does the esports sponsorship do for me? On a base level, it's just an exchange of, are they Cabal therapying? Oh, they're Cabal therapying me. Okay, sure. Weird. At the base level, it's basically I have their scroller on my screen and they give me dollar dues based on how much I watch, but it also gives me access to a variety of resources. When you get Tempo Storm jerseys with my mana, I am unsure when that becomes a thing. If that becomes a thing. Would you play a variant of what the opponent's playing as donation list? Yeah, possibly. Yeah, let's say yes. Yes. I'm giving you the answer yes. Weird that they just like hip checked for surgical extraction there. I think it's worth redrawing the sword. Am I supposed to just hold up this Flusterstorm? I'm probably supposed to do this and try and kill them. They could like bury to life. Like the fact they checked for surgical extraction last turn makes me think we could be getting Phoenix this turn off of Bury Alive. So maybe tapping out here is wrong. But like, also just like giving them infinite time is also not a great decision. Thanks, Mulvak. I appreciate it. Their logo and branding is A+, I agree. They've done a really good job with all that. I think I'm getting triple birded here. Yeah, I think I messed up by not holding up Flusterstorm. Pretty confident I messed up by not holding up Flusterstorm. That's a mistake on my part. Yeah, I agree, Rogue. I think you're correct. I have no idea, Con. I've not played Amulet with Path to Exile. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate it. Get your nose. We're about medium way into the stream. I'm not going to go super long tonight, but I wanted to stream a little bit. Build some hype for the old announcement. Finish this. It's going to be game 3 of the last match of Legacy in this league, and then we're going to go ahead and switch to Magic Arena and Standard for the evening. What's the occasion for playing Legacy? I play Legacy and Modern with some consistency on this channel. We've added some Legacy back into the mix. You can find a few Legacy videos on my YouTube. No, I'm not running late tonight, Niv. And Anner doesn't care for Standard or Arena, really, so when we shift to that, I can't imagine he'll hang out too much, even if he is around. The sand is not very good. I think I keep this. I think I keep this. They're like a Thoughtseize deck anyways, like Spellpierce in the play is like fine. They also mulliganed. They went to 5. Okay. I think I'm in the market for Swords of Plowshares. Here's a real question. How aggro do I want to be? Do I Spellpierce a turn 1 cantrip? Can I Spellpierce a turn 1 cantrip after they mull to 5? I feel like I want to be super aggro and Spellpierce a turn 1 cantrip. Definitely Spellpiercing turn 1 discard. Get on my life. Yep. Rainad is the CEO and owner of Tempo Storm. I think CEO and owner are the same thing. Maybe they're not. Definitely the CEO. We're a well-moderated channel overall. The Knights of Hoaglandia are a thriving organization. He founded the team and is the owner. We have a mod problem. Yep. All right, looking for some legacy magic here. Looking for that Brainstorm to draw us 3 cards and shuffle 2 lands away. Gonna be super dead if they put some birds into play this turn. Tempo Storm supports a variety of games currently. They do the new Smash game. They do Hearthstone. They do a whole bunch of different teams of stuff on their website. I think PUBG. And now Magic. What a low variance game. That's fine. I shouldn't have punted the second game. I took that game and kind of spiked it into the dumpster. Thankfully, their hand doesn't seem to be going anywhere particularly fast, which is good for us. Hey, Perception, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Only mod problem is when 2 people try to time out the same person, one of them accidentally gets the wrong guy. Alright, so they shuffled both those Ponders, which I can only assume bodes well for us. This is the last game of Magic Online here. We'll be playing some standard. Tefreeze +1 did receive errata actually. Tefreeze +1 now reads up to 2 lands. You don't have to untap lands if you don't want to. Whereas the text box on the card implies that you have to. So they're going to play a Bedlam Reveler next turn and draw some stuff. So they've got 2 Bedlams and 4 Young Pyromancers as remaining cards. I'm not playing another land out here because I would like to have 2 bad cards to shuffle away should I draw Brainstorm. I mean, like, we've drawn mono bricks this entire game, so, like, we were bound to draw a spell at some point, right? I really should have screenshotted their deck there. Mistakes were made. Hey, Nevra, thanks for a 7-month resub. What happens when you step on a D4 barefoot? You take 1 D4 damage. God bless. I'm kinda heavy. No one should be picking me up. Enjoy my hand. Lemons V, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Yeah, depending on what kind of removal they have, we could be in this game. I think if they attack here, I'm going to trade with this Pyromancer. Made you almost a nickel. Thanks, Dave. Oh, you have to put the 4 with the cheer. Perfect. Wow, that's brutal. I guess I knew that was coming, right? Yeah, it's unfortunate we had to ponder into this and I was holding lands. The good news is that, like, yeah, I'm like racing efficiently here. There's a sorts of Plowshares in my bin. And they're auto passing. I don't. Oh, they had two Abrids in their deck. I was like, I don't think they had a way to kill Jitte, but that's not true. They had 2 Abrids in their deck. Should have screenshotted their deck. It was a mistake not to. So I'm probably gonna get kind of aggressive with the Umezawa's Jitte. Like try and close the game out here. Wow, just concedes. Okay. Well, sometimes your bad draw is marginally better than their bad draw. Batterskull got Cabal Therapied. Jitte is a heck of a magic card. Yep. Shout out to the 4-1. And our one loss was a concession to Goblins. And we went to game 3 in a couple of those matches, and I'm pretty confident I punted the one game we lost in a couple of the ones that we played here. You know, I've kind of been saying this a lot when we come to the wrap-up section of Legacy decks. I don't really have any good feedback on what I would change here. I'm still kind of getting my legs for a post-Deathrite Shaman, post-Gitaxian Probe format. I've been unimpressed with Meddling Mage in the sideboard. Yeah, I don't know. I like that Meddling Mage. It's like a hate bear that like can come in against Storm and Show and Tell, but it's like not fantastic. I think it's just like fine. It's like another threat too. Like you're happy to have 2/2 for 2s in the combo matchups. Pretty easy 4-1 overall, especially with me trying to punt a couple of times. So if you're interested in more Legacy content, be sure to check out my my YouTube channel. I've got all of that on there. I should probably add a Legacy decks page to my website as well. I should do that, put that on my to-do list. Tempo Storm Hype, I guess. Thank you, Pikes, for the 7 months. Tempo Storm Hype indeed. Thank you for the continued support. I'll be playing more Modern and Legacy tomorrow morning. We're going to have Spreadsheet Sunday tomorrow morning / afternoon. But today we're going to be shifting gears to